Hello and welcome to my science tutorials. In today's video, we want to look at how to simplify some mathematical expressions involving standard notation or standard form. So without further ado, let's look at an example. So let's look at the first example we have for this tutorial. So example number 1. So we are to multiply 6.4 times 10 raised to the power negative 2 by 8.5 times 10 raised to the power positive 4 and leave our answer in standard form. Okay, and this was the SSC 1993 question number 18. Okay, so let's have a look at the solution to this problem. So we are to multiply 6.4 times 10 raised to the power minus 2 by 8.5 times 10 raised to the power positive 4. All right, so there are different ways to do this, but I'm going to use the easiest way. That is, I first of all need to rewrite the expressions that I have in standard form. I'll write them as whole numbers, and then I can now multiply the whole numbers easily and then convert it back into standard form. By that, it means that I'll have to move the decimal point over here across the 4 so that I have 64. So to do that, if I move it once, I will have 64 then times 10 raised to the power. Because I moved it from the left to the right, the power becomes negative, so it becomes negative 1, then multiplied by the already existing times 10 raised to the power minus 2 there. Let me put this in brackets. Then multiplied by, then the 8.52, I'll do the same thing, so it becomes 85. That is, I move the dot to the right hand side, so 85 times 10 raised to the power 4, then times 10 raised to the power, after I moved it, it becomes power negative 1. Okay, so from here I go ahead and further simplify. So I have 64 times 10 raised to the power negative 1 over here. Well, now when you're multiplying two bases, okay, the same base and they have powers, and you are multiplying them, you add the exponent. So I'm going to have negative 1 plus into bracket negative 2 here, then multiplied by 85 here. Now this is 85 times 10 raised to the power 4 plus negative 1. Okay, so from here I now have 64 times 10 raised to the power negative 1 plus negative 2 becomes negative 3, multiplied by 85 times 10 raised to the power positive 4 plus negative 1 will give me positive 3. Okay, so now that I have whole numbers multiplying each other, I can go ahead and do their multiplication easily. So 64 times 85 will give me 5,440. So I have 5,440, then times 10 raised to the power minus 3, which is this guy over here, times 10 raised to the power positive 3, this guy over here. So this is now equal to 5440 times 10 raised to the power negative 3 plus 3. Okay, this is the same base having the exponent and there's multiplication between them, so I add them. So I have 5440 times 10 raised to the power negative 3 plus 3 will give me 0. Now any number power 0 is 1, so I have 5440 multiplied by 1, which will give me 5440. Now remember, we are to leave our answer in standard form, so we need to leave this guy in standard form. Now this guy has the decimal point over here, so we need to move it so that it comes in between the first and then the second significant numbers. So I bring it 1, 2, and 3. 3 times, then it will come here. So I have 5.44 times 10 raised to the power. Now, because I'm moving from the right to the left, it becomes positive. So it will become 5.44 times 10 raised to the power 3 as my answer over here. Alright, so this becomes the solution to the problem or the statement we've been given above. Alright, let's have a look at another example. So example number 2. Okay, so we have to multiply 3.6 times 10 raised to the power 2 by 9.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 4 and leave your answer in standard form. Okay, so this is waec July 2009 question number 2, objective question. All right, so let's look at the solution to this problem. Okay, so solution. All right, so we have 3.6 times 10 raised to the power positive 2 multiplied by 9.5 times 10 raised to the power negative 4. That is the expression we've been given. So this is equal to, I first of all convert my standard form into whole numbers. So I have to move the dot over here to the other side or towards the right so that I have positive whole number. So I have 36 times 10 raised to the power 2, this guy, then times 10 raised to the power negative 1 because I moved the dot from the left hand side to the right hand side. So it becomes minus 1. So let me put this in a bracket. Then multiplied by, I open another bracket, 95 over here because I'll move the dot once, times 10 raised to the power negative 4. Okay, the already existing one. Then times 10 raised to the power negative 1 because I moved the dot once to get the 95. So from here, I have 36 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 2 plus negative 1. Okay, negative 1 multiplied by, into bracket, 95 times 10 raised to the power minus 4 here plus into bracket negative 1. That is, I'm adding the exponents of the same base 10 over here. So from here, I have 36 times 10 raised to the power positive 2 plus negative 1 will give me 1 times 95 times 10 raised to the power negative 4 plus negative 1 will give me negative 5. Okay, so from here, I can now go ahead and do my multiplication. So 36 multiplied by 95 will give me 3,420. Then times 10 raised to the power, the 1 over here, 1 times 10 raised to the power, the negative 5 I have over here. So this is now equal to 3420 times 10 raised to the power 1 plus negative 5, what I have over here. I'm adding the powers because they have the same base. So this is 3420 times 10 raised to the power positive 1 plus negative 5, sorry, will give me negative 4. Alright, now from here, I need to convert this guy I have over here to standard form, because in standard form, our first number should not be more than 10. So I'm going to have to move the dot that is at the end of this whole number over here 1, 2, 3 times to get the dot in between 3 and 4. So I have 3.420 times 10 raised to the power. I move the dot 1, 2, 3 times from right to left, so I have positive 3 at the top, then multiplied by the already existing 10 raised to the power negative 4. So this is now equal to 3.42 times 10 raised to the power positive 3 plus into bracket negative 4, and this will give me 3.42 times 10 raised to the power positive 3 plus negative 4 will give me negative 1. So this becomes my answer or the solution to the second example. Alright, so let's have a look at the final example for this tutorial. Okay, so example number 3. Example number 3. So we have to do the exact same thing. Multiply 3.5 times 10 raised to the power minus 6 by 4.2 times 10 raised to the power positive 4, and leave our answer in standard form. Okay, so let's have a look at the solution to this problem. Okay, so solution. So I have 3.5. Now you can pause the video and then do the calculation yourself, then compare with mine to see if you have the same answer. So this multiplied by 4.2 times 10 raised to the power positive 4. Okay, so as usual, I have to convert this to whole number, so I move the dot from the left hand side to the right hand side, so that becomes 35. Because I move the dot once, it becomes power negative 1 multiplied by 10 power 6. Let me put this in bracket, then multiplied by 42 over here because I moved the dot once, times 10 raised to the power negative 1 because I moved the dot from the left to the right once, and then times the already existing 10 to the power 4. So this becomes 35 times 10 raised to the power negative 1 plus into bracket negative 6, because I'm adding the powers of these two bases over here, multiplied by 42 times 10 raised to the power negative 1 plus 4. So I have here 35 times 10 raised to the power negative 1 plus negative 6 becomes negative 7, multiplied by 42 times 10 raised to the power negative 1 plus 3 will give me positive 3. Okay, so from here I have, let me rewrite this, 35 times 10 raised to the power 7, negative 7 at that, multiplied by 42 times 10 raised to the power 3. So I now multiply 35 by 42 and I will get 1470 multiplied by 10 to the power 7 and multiplied by another 10 to the power 3. So from here I maintain my whole figure multiplied by 10 raised to the power 7. Because these two bases are multiplying each other and they have powers, I add the powers, so plus 3. So I have 1470 times 10 raised to the power negative 7 plus 3 will give me negative 4 at the top over here. Now I have to rewrite the whole number I have over here in standard form, because in standard form your number should not exceed 10. Okay, so it should be maximum 9. The first number should be maximum 9. It shouldn't be more than 10. So I'll have to move the dot that is at the end of the 0 over here, the 1470. I have to move the dot at the end 1, 2, 3 times for the dot to be in between 1 and 4. So I have 1.470 times 10 raised to the power. I move the dot 3 times from right to left, so it's positive 3 multiplied by 10 to the power 4. So I have 1.47. I can ignore the 0, times 10 raised to the power 3 plus negative 4, and this will give me 1.47 times 10 to the power 3 plus negative 4 will give me negative 1 at the top over here. So this becomes my answer to the expression I've been given above by multiplying these two figures. So thank you so much for watching. This is how we simplify mathematical expressions involving numbers in their standard form. So thank you once again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.